For decades, we told ourselves a story. Automation comes for factory workers first. Blue-collar jobs are fragile, knowledge work is safe. Get a degree, work with your brain. Let the robots take the repetitive stuff. That story is wrong, and the data is already showing it. White-collar jobs aren't protected from AI. They're the primary target. Here's why we believe the opposite. Previous automation waves followed a pattern. Machines replaced physical labor, assembly lines replaced craftsmen, ATMs replaced bank tellers, self-checkout replaced cashiers. The jobs that disappeared had two things in common. They were repetitive and they were physical. So we built a mental model. If your job requires thinking, creativity, judgment, you're safe. Robots can't do that. Robots can lift, sort, assemble. They can't analyze, write, strategize. That model made sense for 100 years and created an entire economic structure, the white-collar premium. The idea that education buys security, that knowledge work sits above the automation line. Universities sold it, parents believed it, entire career paths were built on it. But that model had a hidden assumption. It assumed machines would stay dumb. Then machines got smart, not gradually, in a step function. Large language models crossed a threshold where they could do something machines had never done before. Manipulate language, synthesize information, generate analysis. Not perfectly, but good enough. And good enough is what matters economically. A task doesn't need to be done perfectly to be automated. It needs to be done at a cost-quality trade-off that beats the alternative. And for a massive range of white-collar tasks, that threshold just got crossed. Research, first drafts, data synthesis, email responses, report generation, code scaffolding, customer communication, summarization, translation, basic analysis. These aren't edge cases. This is the bulk of what knowledge workers do. Here's the mechanism that makes white-collar work more exposed, not less. Physical jobs have a problem AI can't solve yet. The real world. A plumber has to show up at your house, navigate a basement, contort under a sink, handle unexpected pipe configurations, deal with rust, water pressure, building codes, angry customers. Robotics isn't there yet. Maybe it will be in 10 years, maybe 20, but right now, the physical world is messy, unpredictable, and expensive to automate. Knowledge work has no such protection. White-collar work already lives in the digital environment. It's emails, documents, spreadsheets, databases, Slack messages, Figma files, code repositories. The work is already in the format that AI can process. There's no robot problem to solve, no sensor fusion, no physical manipulation. The information is already digital. The workflow is already online. The output is already text, images, or code. AI doesn't need to enter the physical world to replace an analyst. It just needs access to the same inputs the analyst had. That's the inversion. The jobs that we thought were safe because they required thinking are actually the easiest to automate. Because thinking is exactly what AI does now, and it does it at near zero marginal cost. Look at where the layoffs are actually happening. Tech companies, media companies, consulting firms, financial services, legal, marketing, advertising, not construction, not plumbing, not electrical work, not nursing, and not childcare. Dropbox cut 16% of its workforce. The CEO said explicitly, AI can do work that used to require people. Meta eliminated 10,000 jobs in 2023, including a significant chunk of recruiting and HR. Google cut 12,000 and restructured around AI-first workflows. Salesforce, Amazon, Microsoft, the pattern is consistent. And it's not just big tech. Law firms are restructuring associate models. Consulting firms are rethinking analyst pools. Media companies are cutting editorial staff. Advertising agencies are collapsing creative teams. The common thread isn't industry, it's job function. The roles being cut are information processing roles, analysis, coordination, communication, synthesis, junior lawyers doing document review, junior consultants building slide decks, junior analysts pulling reports, marketing coordinators scheduling content, customer service teams handling tickets. The word junior keeps appearing, and that's not a coincidence. Here's who actually loses. Entry-level knowledge workers, people who were supposed to be learning the first rung of the corporate ladder, the apprenticeship positions that trained the next generation. These jobs existed because senior people needed leverage. A partner at a law firm can't read 10,000 documents, so you hire associates. A managing director can't build every model, so you hire analysts. AI replaces the leverage, not the judgment. The senior partner still decides the case strategy, but they don't need 6 associates doing document review anymore. They need 1 associate and a workflow. This creates a brutal career map problem. If companies need 80% fewer entry-level people, how do you train the next generation of senior people? Where does the experience come from? The ladder isn't just getting shorter. The bottom rungs are actually disappearing. And there's a second group, middle managers, the people whose job is primarily coordination, synthesizing information from below, packaging it up for those above, tracking projects, running meetings, managing status updates. That's information routing, and AI routes information for free. But some knowledge workers win. Senior people with real expertise and client relationships, the ones who were never selling time, they were selling judgment. The partner who knows which argument wins, the consultant who's restructured 12 companies in this industry, the designer whose taste is the product. Their value isn't in the analysis, it's in knowing what the analysis means. People who learn to use AI as leverage. The analyst who does 10x the work because they've integrated AI into every step. The marketer who runs campaigns that used to require a team. The engineer who ships what used to take 5 engineers. They become more valuable, not less. And people in roles that require physical presence, emotional intelligence, or genuine human connection. Nurses, therapists, salespeople who close deals over dinner, teachers who inspire, not just inform, skilled tradespeople who solve problems in unpredictable physical environments. The protection isn't education level, it's whether your job lives in the digital world or the physical one. Whether you're processing information or exercising judgment, whether you're coordinating or deciding. So what does this actually mean? If you're early in a white-collar career, the path that worked for the last generation may not work for you. Pay your dues, learn the ropes, work your way up. Assume the due-paying jobs would exist. Increasingly, they won't. The new path is demonstrating judgment faster. Building a portfolio that shows that you can do the senior work, not just the junior work. Using AI to skip the leverage years and prove that you can make decisions. If you're mid-career, the question is what part of your job is actually valuable? Be honest, how much of your week is information routing versus genuine judgment? The routing parts are getting automated, whether you participate or not. If you're running a company, junior headcount is becoming a liability. Every entry-level hire is a bet that you'll need that person in 3 years. But the economics are shifting under you. The company that figures out a new model, fewer people, more leverage wins. The white-collar premium isn't gone, but it is being redefined. It's no longer about processing information, it's about knowing what the information means and what to do about it. That's a much smaller number of jobs and a much higher bar to be cleared. Knowledge work was supposed to be safe. The robots were supposed to come for the factories first. Instead, AI came for the inbox, the spreadsheet, the slide deck, the meeting notes, the first draft. The blue-collar jobs that require physical presence and problem solving in the real world are, for now, harder to automate than the white-collar jobs that live entirely in software. That's the inversion, and it's already here. This is AI Never Sleeps.